Mom's controversial rule, turning my meal times into a challenge. Before we begin the story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss more incredible stories every day. My mom timed my collapse to a kitchen timer's beep. I say that out loud on the floor because it makes more sense than the iron taste in my mouth or the tiles pressed into my cheek. Dana's voice is above me, brisk and triumphant, like she's running a drill. Window closed at 6:15, Alex. You chose to miss it. My name is Alex. I'm 21, a student and part-time barista who likes my meals when my body says now, not when a spreadsheet orders me to. Today my body said now at 6:18. Dana, my mother, said no, and a black curtain dropped across my eyes. I hear Mia's small gasp from the doorway. He didn't do it on purpose. Mom clicks the phone on a tripod, angling down. Accountability isn't cruelty, it's care. The red light on the camera blinks. I should have water or salt, or just 1 minute without being scored like a reality show audition. The points board on the fridge is a teacher's nightmare and an influencer's dream. Green dots for on time, yellow for late, red for missed, with penalties that hit our allowances and our phones. I push up on my elbows, saying, "Stop filming." Dana tilts her head. "You'll thank me when you're disciplined." My heart stammers. What I stand to lose is not only dinner. It's my job if I faint at the espresso machine, my scholarship if I blow deadlines because everything is measured against timers I didn't set. The timer beeps again, cheerful as a lie. I swallow and stare at the blinking red light and think about making this film public, not Dana's edited version, but mine. One where audiences see the scoreboard, the app pings, and the truth. I can already hear the comments. Is this care or control? The camera stares back like a witness. I taste copper, pull myself up, and decide tonight I'll start saving receipts of everything. The second timer started counting down as Mom whispered, "Round 2 begins now." When Dana got into optimization, it began with color-coded chore charts and Sunday meal preps that looked like miniature city blocks in plastic containers. Uncle Rob used to joke, "Your mama could run a launch pad." It wasn't always bad. We ate together, and I learned how to sauté without burning the pan. Then the followers found her. She posted a before and after collage about family rhythms and got 1,000 likes in an afternoon. Parents asked for templates, then asked for tips, then asked for accountability checks. Dana started calling our kitchen the command center, half joking, half auditioning. We had a family council, meeting minutes, and a shared calendar with names for meals like Fuel Up, Focus Plate, and Repair Bowl. It felt goofy until it didn't. The first humiliating call-out came last month when I was 20 minutes late to dinner after a shift. "Let's model consequences," she said into her phone, swiveling the camera toward me. "Alex, please step on the scale for our honesty moment." I said no. She smiled wider. "We can track patterns, or we can stay in denial." Mia's eyes were on me, wide and pleading. I left the house shaking and ate 2 gas station taquitos in the car, which felt like a crime of passion. When I came back, the fridge had a new column, Public Misses. A few nights later, Dana's followers congratulated her for holding boundaries. That heart emoji, made me feel small enough to drown. "It's just a season," she promised, smoothing my hair like I was a dog. "One day you'll thank me." She didn't see the way Mia started lining up crackers at lunch to make them last to the timer. She didn't see the way I started chugging black coffee to fake fullness at work. Control felt like safety to her, and I think she forgot where safety ends. The night after I fainted, she posted, "Learning moments tonight. Proud of our resilience," with a sparkle emoji. I realized her sparkle caption had a sponsor tag tucked underneath. The pings came every 3 hours. "Hydrate now. Window opens in 15. Accountability snapshot due." Dana insisted we sync to an app with family profiles and colored rings that close when you hit your marks. "Visuals build habits," she chirped, tapping the magnet-tacked iPad on the fridge. The public points went digital, green for in-window, yellow for close call, red for non-compliant. I tried to believe it was neutral, numbers doing number things, like milk frothing. Watch the curl, stop before it screams. But numbers can be knives. The first flag was a Sunday when the grocery receipt didn't match the plan. Protein bowls listed, but mostly rice cakes and diet pudding cups in the bags. "Discounts," Dana said, too fast. The second flag was the timer chart. Mia's penalties stacking higher than mine, even though she never speaks up. Mia's learning. Dana told her followers on a live stream that I didn't know she scheduled. The third was me finding a DM on Mia's phone from a classmate. Why is your mom posting your points? With a screen cap story. It was just for the private group, Mia whispered, but the watermark said otherwise. Public stories last only 24 hours, Dana said when I confronted her. Privacy is a mindset, not a switch. I started doubting my own eyes. What if this really is Care wearing an unflattering coat? Then my manager, Jess, squinted at me during a shift. Eat anything today? She asked, and I joked. My window's in 40 minutes like a prison yard. She didn't laugh. Take 5 now, she said, handing me a banana. Schedules can wait, bodies can't. When the app pinged again, window opens. My stomach growled like it had opinions. I stared at the family ring chart and wondered who it was feeding. That night a yellow turned red on my profile, and Dana wrote, pattern forming, beside it with a smiley. She added a new rule that said Mrs. must be weighed on camera. I braced myself for dinner the way you brace before bad news. The sturdy chair, the exhale that hopes. You're late, Dana sang, tapping the stove like a metronome. Window closed 2 minutes ago. Traffic, I said, still wearing my apron. She angled the phone to catch my face. When we let excuses in, results move out. Mia stared at her plate, counting bites silently. Just eat, I told her, and Dana said, we model discipline here, not weak-willed grazing. I sat, lifted my fork, and Dana clicked the kitchen timer. If you eat, you lose points twice, tardy and defiant. I put the fork down. Then what's the win here exactly? She brightened. You can bank points by fasting to the next window. My head ached. After dinner, I found the crumpled note in Mia's backpack. Mia skipped lunch again. Dizzy. Please ensure regular meals. Nurse Patel, 12:47 p.m. Mia's handwriting underneath. I tried to make the window. I slid the note into my pocket. When I confronted Dana, she waved it off. She's dramatic. It's a growth phase. It's a health issue, I said. She turned her phone to me like a mirror. If you had cooperated tonight, she would have seen a healthy example. The word example turned to ash in my mouth. Later, in the hallway, Mia whispered, don't fight with her. She checks my points when she's mad at you. I crouched to meet her eyes. You're not a scoreboard. She looked relieved and terrified, as if I'd named a ghost and invited it to dinner. On my way to bed, Dana knocked on my door with a spreadsheet printed in pastel colors. New scoring. Infractions mean dish duty, laundry, and no rides. I have a midterm, I said. Then plan better, she smiled. Downstairs, the tripod was still set up, red light waiting like an eye that never blinks. A process email arrived. Partnership review call confirmed. Dana, bring family metrics for sponsors. The next morning, the kitchen felt like a set. Dana had index cards with phrases, consistent, boundaries, family transformation. Mia wrapped her hands around a mug of water like it was hot chocolate. Uncle Rob stopped by to return a drill and paused at the sight. You holding additions? He asked, half grin, half frown. Dana kissed his cheek. Accountability check for a brand we love. Rob pulled me aside on the porch. You look like a ghost someone forgot to finish. I showed him the nurse's note and the sponsor email on my phone. He read both slowly, thumb rubbing the paper like it could warm it. Don't swing a hammer first, he said quietly. Start a file. Document. Screenshots, dates, receipts. Truth builds its own spine. I nodded because swinging a hammer would feel so good. At work, I saved my pay stubs of late clock-ins when Windows turned my meals into landmines. At home, I photographed the fridge board every night in case it magically changed. That evening, Mia scored a green and smiled so hard it broke me. Dana kissed the camera. Proud. Later, I pulled Mia aside and asked, do you feel okay? She shrugged. If I win, Mom isn't mad. If I lose, I can fix it tomorrow. I wanted to explain that hunger is not a moral report card, but the words tangled. Before bed, Dana slipped an invite under my door. Family presentation rehearsal. Thursday, 6 p.m. Sharp. I circled it in red and texted Rob. You free Thursday? He replied with a thumbs up and a picture of a battered metal clipboard. Bring yours. I stared at the command center wall, calendars layered over charts, over a ring-lit corner, and felt an answer shaping in my chest like a fist unclenching. When I tried to sleep, the app pinged. Tomorrow's Windows updated by admin. Stricter intervals for better results. The update locked my profile, so only Dana could edit my meal windows. Controlled travels with money. That's a law of ecosystems. After the lock, I went looking. In Dana's email, left open, like a dare, I found the subject line, Partnership Tier Advancement, Congrats, and a badge graphic with golden leaves. The body rattled off expectations, weekly live check-ins, family participation metrics, and audience-facing transparency. There was a spreadsheet link to pilot families and a request to add monthly tallies. Then I found a message from admin at Meal Mastery Club with a private group invite. Share templates, monetize responsibly. Attached was a PDF titled Challenge Kits, with calendars labeled Burn, Focus, and Reset, as if food could be a personality test. I took screenshots, timestamped them, 9:22 a.m., and sent them to a hidden folder. Mia knocked, eyes shiny. "Can I borrow your charger?" She saw my face and lowered her voice. "Did you see Mom's Tier 2 badge?" She said we unlocked it. Unlocked. My jaw tightened. "Have you felt dizzy again?" She nodded. Nurse Patel said I needed a snack at 2. Mom moved my snack to 3. I typed notes into a file. Mia dizziness. Time conflict. Nurse orders versus window. At work, Jess noticed me jotting between drinks. "You building a case?" she asked. I didn't answer. "If you are, build it slow," she said. Bullies sprint. Truth paces itself. That night, the family rehearsal was a stage play. Dana rehearsed lines. Not diet culture, discipline culture. She angled the tripod. "Alex, smile when I say teamwork." I asked, "What's the sponsor's name?" "We're not saying brand names on the live," she replied, smoothing her hair. The doorbell rang. Rob walked in with a toolbox that clanked like a warning bell. He shook Dana's hand, then looked at me and tapped the clipboard like a judge's gavel. Rob mouthed, "Record everything," as Dana announced a new penalty tier starting tonight. We started dinner in near silence, except for the timer's little heartless heartbeat. Mia's plate held 6 carrot sticks and 2 ounces of chicken. Yes, ounces, because Dana bought a precision scale that speaks. "Content day tomorrow," Dana chirped. "We'll do snack window Saturday with all our favorites." I opened the grocery bags by the sink. Sugar-free pudding, low-cal gelatin, flavored water drops, a family-size bag of rice cakes, and, oddly, a giant tub of protein powder missing its seal. "Favorites," I said, "or sponsored picks?" She smiled without teeth. "Quality brands choose disciplined families." I took photos of the receipt, store, time, 5:41 p.m., then the calendar. Content day, 10:30 a.m. Reels, 2 p.m. Live, 6 p.m. Recap. On Dana's laptop, left ajar, I noticed a folder called Testimonials with names of parents I knew from our block. A spreadsheet captured participant families' weekly points. One tab was conversion. My stomach dropped. After dinner, Mia pulled me to the hallway. "She wants me to do a weigh-in tomorrow morning," she whispered. "For the snack window teaser." I texted Jess, "If I'm late, family emergency," and saved the timestamp. Rob sat at the table, turning a measuring cup in his hands. "When I was a kid," he said, loud enough for Dana to hear. "We ate when dinner was ready and when our stomachs hollered, not when a buzzer clapped." Dana laughed. "And look how the National Metabolic Health turned out." I showed Rob my photos under the table. He nodded once, slow. Later, the app pinged with a new challenge. Hard Edge Weekend. Strict windows, double penalties. I stared at the screen and felt something click, like a lock turning from the inside. I opened a voice memo and captured Dana's new script word for word, every sharpened syllable. The spreadsheet refreshed and revealed a Payouts tab with Dana's name highlighted. The Payouts tab wasn't a rumor, it was a ledger. Names across rows, months across columns, and an affiliate tier field that crowned Dana as Tier 2. Accelerator. Her total for last month could cover our utilities twice. Another entry called Team Bonus, Family Data Completeness. That's when it hit me. The metric wasn't just us eating on time. It was us being trackable, performative, complete. "You look pale," Dana said, coming up behind me. I clicked Safari closed, face neutral. "Window open in 10, she sing-songed, so hydrate." Mia hovered near the doorway, sweater sleeves pulled over her knuckles. Do I have to do the teaser? She asked. Of course, Dana said warmly. It's not punishment, it's partnership. There was the motive, but not the whole why. Was she building a client list? A coaching empire? In the private group I lurked into with an incognito account, I saw her post. Tier 3 unlocks once your household maintains 90% compliance for a quarter. Templates available, DM me. Beneath, a parent wrote, what if my kid resists? Dana replied, your house, your rules, they'll thank you later. I screenshotted with my heart thudding and sent it to my folder at 11:13 p.m. Mia slipped into my room. I can't sleep, she whispered. If I mess up tomorrow, she'll dock your points. I breathed through the anger and let it turn into focus. We're going to fix this, I promised, but carefully. I wrote a list on a notepad. Emails, app logs, grocery receipts, Nurse Patel's note, sponsor messages, ledger screenshots, voice memo timestamps. I added one line more. Third-party witness. I texted Nurse Patel from my student email. Can I talk tomorrow about a concern? Family meal policies involved. She replied, come at 9:30, bring documentation, do not confront until then. Morning came dressed as a performance. Dana taped a pastel banner, snack window Saturday, above the counter and laid out camera-friendly bowls. She kissed Mia's forehead and whispered, proud of your commitment, like a spell. I put on my barista hoodie and told Dana I was running to the store for coffee filters. She waved, busy staging fruit into photogenic pyramids. Instead, I drove to the school clinic. Nurse Patel's office smelled like peppermint tea and printer ink. She read my notes with a pen poised above a yellow legal pad. You documented dates, times, and observable effects, she said. Good. I showed her the sponsor email, the affiliate payouts, the app locks, Mia's skipped lunch note. I played a slice of the voice memo where Dana said, we model discipline, even if that means hunger. Patel's eyes hardened. This crosses into harm. She explained how to file a report, school administration, then mandated review if a minor's health is implicated. I can document my prior note and today's concerns, she said. Your sister's well-being must take priority. My phone buzzed. Jess, all good. Take the time you need. Another buzz. Dana, don't forget filters. Window opens at noon. Patel looked at me. You have a decision, she said. Quietly protect or loudly expose. Both have costs. I stared at my list and saw the moral knot. Protect Mia without throwing gasoline on everything. Protect myself without leaving Mia behind. I'll gather more proof today, I decided. Then we trigger the review. Patel wrote the date, Saturday, 9:56 a.m. in neat block letters. If there's a public event, she added, it can be a safe setting to present. The community center was hosting a wellness fair at 2. Dana planned to livestream from there. Public eyes deter retaliation, Patel said, but ensure support. I texted Rob, 2 p.m. Community center, bring your spine. He replied with a hammer emoji, and always. I stepped out into cold air and knew the timer at home was marching without me. When I returned, Dana had scheduled a family accountability talk right before the live stream. Dana loved the performance of grace, so she greeted me with warm eyes and a softer voice. You know I push because I care, Alex. She handed me a smoothie the color of caution tape. Drink while the window's open. I set it down. We need to talk about Mia's health, I said. Her smile tightened as if reeled by fishing wire. Mia is thriving, she answered. The nurse's note? I asked. Drama. She slid closer. I've been hard on you, she murmured. I can loosen your windows if you back me publicly today. There it was, the love bomb bargain. I don't want favors, I said. I want consent. Her eyes glinted. Consent is a luxury for people who never faced chaos. Mia hovered in the doorway, fingers trembling. Rob arrived early and stood like a wall in flannel. We going, he said. Soon, Dana replied. First, family accountability. She lifted her phone and began, we're united in health, the lie tasting like sugar. Alex. She aimed the lens at me. Tell them this rule is working. My throat tightened. If I said the word, I'd be a prop in my own life. If I refused, she'd punish Mia tonight under the pretense of consistency. Rob lifted his clipboard, thumb tapping the metal clip. I heard Patel's voice in my head. Public eyes deter retaliation. My heart pounded. Dana stepped closer, low voice just for me. If you embarrass me, sponsors walk, and I will remember that. I could see all the costs stacked like precarious bowls. Rob coughed once, quietly, like a countdown, and I felt the path settle under my feet. I said, "We'll be sharing something important at the community center today." The community center smelled like old basketballs and new flyers. Banners for local clinics hung next to a table offering free granola. Dana set her tripod near the wellness Q&A area, perfect for foot traffic and witnesses. She didn't know I'd asked the organizer to let us use the projector for a family presentation. I texted Patel, "We're in place, 2 minutes." She replied with a thumbs up and documentation ready. Dana started her live stream with her usual brightness. Snack window Saturday live from the community fair. She nudged Mia into frame. "Say hi, honey." Mia managed a shy wave. Rob took the mic at the Q&A table. "We've got a family sharing about meal discipline," he announced, steady as bedrock. Dana beamed until the screen behind her lit up with a spreadsheet. Her affiliate payouts on a 10-foot wall. Gasps skittered across the room. "What is this?" she hissed. I stepped into the mic range. "Transparency, like you always say." The second slide showed the pilot family's spreadsheet with conversion, names blurred but column headers intact. The third slide was Patel's scanned note about Mia. Dana lunged for the projector cable. Rob blocked with an open palm. "Public space," he said, voice polite steel. "Let him finish." I played the voice memo. "We model discipline, even if that means hunger." The room went too quiet to breathe. A woman near the back whispered, "That's not discipline." Dana looked at the crowd, then at me, mask slipping, eyes furious. "You owe me," she snarled just loud enough for the mic. "Without me, you'd be nothing." Mia flinched, cheeks drained. Then the community director stepped forward, face calm, and asked if a nurse could speak to mandated reporting protocols. Patel raised her hand, and Dana's sponsor rep appeared beside her, watching. "Good afternoon," Patel said, voice even. "I'm here as a clinician and mandated reporter." She pointed to the slide with the nurse's note and Mia's time-stamped dizziness. "This is not healthy accountability. This is control causing harm." Dana tried to interrupt, but the sponsor rep, badge around her neck, lifted a palm. "We value transparency," the rep said into the mic, corporate smooth. "Our terms discourage using minors' data without informed consent." The slide advanced to the email I'd found. Weekly live check-ins, family participation metrics. The rep's eyes hardened. "This implies public tracking." Dana lashed onto the mic. "It's educational." "My children agreed." Mia whispered, "I didn't." The rep pivoted toward Dana. "Did your minor child consent in writing?" Dana faltered. "It's my house." "Not how consent works," Patel said, gentle as a scalpel. I brought up screenshots from the private group. Dana coaching parents to lean on compliance, to frame privilege as permission. The room shifted, some angry, some stunned, a few crying. "We have a process," the rep said, "and this appears to violate our guidelines." Dana swung toward me. "You set me up," she spat. "You endangered our income." My voice shook but didn't break. "You endangered our health." Rob nudged the mic toward Mia. She swallowed. "I don't want windows anymore," she said. "I want lunch when I'm hungry." Dana's mouth opened and closed like a door caught in wind. The projector showed a final slide. The kitchen timer, the fridge board, the tripod's unblinking eye. I could feel everyone choosing, in real time, what kind of house they'd run. Dana looked, for a second, not like an influencer, but like a person facing a mirror without filters. Then her phone buzzed on the table, and the rep's tablet lit with the same notification simultaneously. The sponsor portal flagged her account. Immediate suspension pending investigation. Live privileges revoked. The message hit like a gavel. Dana whispered, "No," and reached for the rep's arm. "That's my livelihood." The rep stepped back. "Our concern is minors' safety and truthful representations." Patel handed a printed report to the community director. "School will initiate a review for Mia's well-being." Voices rippled. Neighbors, other parents, someone filming, someone saying, "I'm sorry, kiddo." Dana tried to restart the live stream, but the app blocked her with a red banner. She spun toward me. "Apologize." My hands shook. "I won't apologize for protecting Mia." She pointed to Mia. "He did this to us." Mia stared at the floor. Rob stepped between them. "We're going home calmer than this." Two volunteers escorted us to a side room with bad laminate chairs. The director knocked softly. You can leave separately if that's safer. Dana laughed once, brittle. Everyone's so dramatic. Back at the house, the command center looked ridiculous, like props left after the show closed. Dana tore the points board off the fridge, magnets scattered like coins. Happy, she said. Now nobody eats. That's not what this is, I said, voice low. We eat when we're hungry, and we stop filming it. She grabbed her keys. I'm getting a lawyer. Good, Rob said. They can explain consent. Over the next 2 days, the sponsor suspended her account. A mandated review began. 2 of Dana's collaborators quietly deleted their challenge posts. I got DMs with knives and DMs with flowers. Jess cut my hours for a week so I could take Mia to appointments. I slept like someone had taken a weight off my chest and replaced it with a different, honest one. On Monday morning, Dana knocked on my door with eyes I didn't recognize and a folder I did. She said, if you don't help me, I'll make Mia testify against you. For a second, I saw the old Dana, clever, desperate, improvising a net from thread. No, I said. We're not bargaining with fear. She thrust the folder at me. It held printed emails, selected to tell a softer story. You'll ruin the family, she said. You already did, I replied, then added, quieter. But we can fix it. She blinked. How? Rob sat at the table, hands big around a mug. Boundaries in writing, he said. Meals are private. No filming minors. No penalties. Dana opened her mouth to argue, then closed it when Patel stepped in from the porch, our ally with a clipboard and a calm jaw. I brought a template for safety plans, she said, laying papers out like maps. We wrote it all. Mia's right to snacks at school and at home, no tracking apps without consent, no public posts of minors, no timers that override hunger. We added a nutrition consult appointment and a family therapy slot. We signed and dated. Dana's signature shook. And the sponsor? She asked. Patel shrugged. Maybe they come back. Maybe they don't. That's not our concern. I waited for the tantrum, the barb, the camera. Instead, Dana's shoulders slumped. What if I'm nobody without this? She whispered. You're our mom, Mia said, small but fierce. Be that. For the first time in months, we ate without the timer. The silence was so soft it sounded like music. I took a picture, but of us laughing, not our plates, and didn't post it anywhere. Jess texted, back to full shifts next week. I texted back a heart and a coffee cup. I slept and woke up hungry and ate, and nobody graded me. We taped the safety plan to the inside of a cabinet, hidden from an audience, but visible to us every day. That night, I found Dana's phone open to a draft post titled Comeback Story. I stared at the draft, an apology braided with excuses. I didn't delete it. I added a sticky note. If you need an audience to be kind, you aren't. Leaving the note felt like choosing a new language. Later, I walked with Mia to the park. We ate pretzels and laughed when the salt stained our fingers. I forgot snacks could be fun, she said. Not tests. Rob met us with a beat-up thermos and told a story about the first time he learned hunger is a signal, not a sin. The afternoon was plain and perfect. Here's what I know now. Love that demands performance isn't love, it's a brand deal. Care listens. Control shouts. If you're living under a kitchen timer that someone else holds, document everything. Collect names, dates, screenshots, receipts. Find an ally with a calm voice and a good clipboard. Call things what they are when you're safe to do it. Harm is harm, even if it's painted in pastels. And if you're the one holding the timer, ask yourself who you'd be if it wasn't beeping. Our house is quieter now. We keep the scales in a drawer and the cameras in a box. We tape the safety plan where only we can see it. Sometimes Dana stares at the cabinet and nods like she's reading a map toward herself. Sometimes I still flinch at dinner when silence feels too easy. But then Mia laughs with food in her mouth and nobody scolds her. And I realize we're learning. We're learning that windows are for light, not for hunger to climb through. We're learning that meals are not a battlefield. They're a table. And every time I hear a timer beep at work, I smile and let the sound pass.